back to my channel. My name is Claire Garber. I'm a mindset and manifestation coach. And in today's video, we are exploring one of the most powerful manifestation techniques there is, and also one that's not really spoken of. This technique is called revision, and it's one that Neville Goddard taught. And it was one of his favorite to teach because it was so effective. But before we get into this powerful technique, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that now. Like this video so you see more just like it. And now, let's get into it. Everyone talks about visualization, affirmation, scripting. But there's one technique that almost no one talks about. And that technique is called revision. Revision is simple, practical, and it completely rewires your subconscious mind. And in this video, I'm going to explain how it transforms your subconscious mind and how it will revolutionize your life. Revision gives you the ability to completely transform your past, open the door to the future that you truly desire. And let me tell you this, it works faster than you might think. And here's why. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between what actually happened and what's vividly imagined. Most of your current beliefs were programmed by your past experiences. Rejection, failure, loss, or trauma. Those experiences you had became your story. Those experiences created the limiting beliefs that you currently hold. Because what we know about the subconscious mind is that beliefs are formed two ways: through repetition and through powerful emotional imprints. So the past experiences you had, the failure, the loss, the rejection, those created a strong emotional experience. And in that moment, the belief was formed through repetition, of course. They are the repeated experiences you had that left strong emotional imprints. Those experiences became the stories that you've been living by. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. Love is painful. Love leaves. I don't know how. It will never happen. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable. If you think back on your life, you will recall all those experiences you had that created the story that you're currently living in. But those memories aren't set in stone. Nothing about your reality is fixed. And nothing about your reality is set in stone. They were just neural pathways. Those experiences, repeated experiences, created neural pathways. And those neural pathways have been firing neurons only because you accepted those experiences as the truth. And whatever you think repeatedly becomes your belief systems. So what if you could tell a new story about the past? How would that influence your current experience? What you have to understand about neural pathways is that they can be rewired. That's called neuroplasticity. It's starting to tell a new story. And when you tell a new story, guess what changes? Your reality. Quantum physics even shows us that the past, present, and future are not as separate as you may think, because time is not actually linear. And in the quantum field, all possibilities are happening simultaneously. Our thoughts bring us to the timeline that we experience. So when we're more conscious of our thoughts and our thinking and our stories, we're able to align ourselves with the timelines we actually want to be experiencing, not the timelines we default to only because they're familiar and we've been repeating that story. When you revise the past in your imagination, you shift the vibration you're currently holding. Think about it. If all those stories of rejection become stories of acceptance, what changes now? Your energy completely. You're no longer holding that baggage. You're no longer expecting more rejection. You are accepted. Now you expect to be accepted. And when you change the vibration you're holding now, you change your future. You change what's possible for you because you're no longer holding a belief that's looking for validation of the same old story. So how do we practice revision? Step number one, I want you to call up a memory that still feels heavy or limiting. An experience you had, maybe it was the rejection, the loss of a relationship, or some other traumatic or wounding experience that you still feel present in your field. Call up the memory, close your eyes, and know that you are safe to do this. Step number two, re-enter the scene as if it's happening right now. Close your eyes, place your hands on your heart, and go there. Relax yourself completely. See yourself back in that moment as if it's vividly happening. Engage all of your senses. Step number 3, we're going to rewrite the story. We're going to change what happens. Change the outcome into the outcome that you wished had happened then. This may take a few tries because your conscious mind will try to block you because it's not logical, and it may tell you you're lying. Trust the process. We're using your imagination. Give yourself permission to go into this experience. Change the outcome. What do you wish happened in that moment? You were accepted, the business took off, you experienced abundance instead of lack, the money was flowing. Recreate the story with the outcome that you desired in that moment. Take your time, use your breath, breathe through any resistance or any voices that say, this isn't possible, it doesn't make any sense, this is a lie. Breathe through those. That's your conscious mind trying to block the experience. But we want to engage with the subconscious mind by calling up the feelings of the outcome you had desired in that moment. Engage all of your senses. What happens if you were accepted? The person said yes, that you got the job, you experienced peace, alignment, love, overflow. You got to do the thing you wanted to then. Take your time, use your breath, and expand into the desired outcome. Instead of lack, imagine abundance. Instead of failure, imagine success. Instead of rejection, imagine acceptance. Let yourself feel it. This is key because the feeling is what changes the vibration. The feeling is what changes the belief. Anchor this new emotion into your body. Step 4, repeat this until it becomes natural. Neville Goddard suggested doing this right before sleep because that's when we have the closest access to our subconscious mind. That's when you enter theta brainwave state. And whatever is impressed upon the subconscious mind in theta brainwave state is what sticks. And the more you do this, the more consistently you do this practice, the more your subconscious mind will begin to accept the new story. And when your subconscious mind accepts the new story and the new belief, which means the new energy, that's when your 3D reality will start to change. It will start to reflect back evidence of this new belief of success, abundance, and acceptance. Once the subconscious mind stops holding the painful experience, the painful old story, your life will begin to transform into the new story, the one where you are experiencing your desire, your wish fulfilled. Let's look at some real life examples of experiences that I personally had and some of the case studies that Neville Goddard shared in his work. For example, Neville taught that if you revise an argument that you've had with somebody and you start to see that person differently and you start to tell a different story about the argument and you start to revise the outcome of the argument in a favorable way, his students found that relationships started to heal. Understanding started to happen and no conversation happened. But when the revision happened, it changed the energy between the two people. Because what we're experiencing interpersonally is the subconscious beliefs we hold about that person, our expectations of that person. You will see that if you practice this, you go back and revise an argument or a conflict, your real life experience with them will start to shift. Because as the story shifts, reality shifts. Or experiences with money. If you grew up in a scarce environment or you always heard your caretakers, your parents arguing or fighting about money or worried about bills, and you revise those situations and you imagine that you actually were experiencing abundance and overflow, the trips you wish you got to take then, you start imagining that they actually happened. The real life experiences will begin to shift because you release the story of lack and you enter the story of abundance. When you enter the story of abundance, guess what happens? You start to experience abundance. Money will start to appear. Abundant opportunities will begin to appear. All of this happens by revising old memories in a way that is favorable to your desired outcome. Another example, someone who is rejected in love revises the memory into being chosen and accepted. And suddenly, they start attracting relationships where they are chosen and desired because they see themselves differently. There's a new identity, a new expectation. And that's what we know about the subconscious mind. Whatever we're expecting is what we're manifesting. So if you had a life of rejection or not being chosen or feeling undesirable, when you start to shift that memory and imagine yourself the chosen one, the desired one, the lovable one, your immediate experience will start to change because your embodiment is your energy. But if you've been embodying an old story, that's been your identity, and that's why you keep repeating that old story. So here's the truth. You are not bound to your past. Nothing about your reality is fixed, and we know this from a scientific perspective because at a subatomic level, particles are not fixed entities. They're waves of possibility. So if you just start practicing the law of revision every single night before you go to sleep, focusing on the areas of your life where you want to change the most, love, money, and health, I guarantee you will start to see shifts in your immediate 3D reality. Life you desire is waiting to be written by you, and it doesn't have to be a repeat of your past and old experiences. This is your life to create. You're the writer, you're the producer, you're the director. How do you want it to go? When you change the meaning of what happened to you, you change who you are being right now. And when you shift who you are being, the universe has no choice but to reflect back to you your new state of consciousness. If you like this video and you are feeling called to go deeper into your manifestation process, to clear your past and revise the story so you can start stepping into the life you are here for and the life you desire and dream of, I invite you to check out the Self-Made Manifest membership. This is a sacred portal and energetic container I hold and host where I walk people step by step through this process of clearing the past to step into their highest timelines now. Within the community, you'll experience weekly meetings, hundreds of meditations, programs, and courses that will help you sync up to the person you came here to be. Or you can book a free clarity call with me where I will help you get clear on where you are, where you want to be, and how to close the gap. Again, your life is yours, and you are not bound to your past. So don't waste another second. Change who you were and step into who you're here to be. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, like this one so you see more just like it, and I will see you in the next video.